Alright, bear with me guys, I'm just trying to grab my camera here. Once we are set up, we're good to go. Oh my god, kill somebody. I have this set up. Oh, just keep it out, see. There we go. Alright guys, what is up? Oh, hold on. This isn't gonna work. Oh. Are we good? Are we good? I think we're good. We are good. Alright guys, what is up? This is another video with Your Boy Godfrey, and today I'm showing you quite a few redstone things. I will be doing this in a 3-part series. I'm going to be doing a farming video and then 2 different doors. So, the doors we are doing today are fairly simple. We're doing 2 doors based on monostable circuits, so these are the staircase doors. This was just a friend's example of one when I was teaching them. Obviously it doesn't have to be this size, you can make it any size you want, but we will get into that. Normally you would have a button on both sides, I don't know if they do. If I press the button, oh, can't press the button while I'm crouched, that's right. So it looks like they do not have a button on the inside. I do believe my other ones do. Let's just quickly go check one of mine out. So I've got this upside down button right here. It really doesn't matter, I just wanted to do something different with my button. So it's a working staircase, da 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 da. And then we go to our hidden room, which I obviously haven't made yet. And we have another button on the other side to close it behind us. So nice and simple guys, obviously you're going to want a 3-high staircase just to give yourself a roof block as well. And then you would build a second room on top of it. Obviously this is not a room, this is just a flat surface which hides the redstone. So let's get into this build. Let me just find a space here. And what are we going to use? We're going to use stone. We're going to need a sticky piston, regular piston, torches, repeaters, dust, redstone block, a button, and a lever. So you guys can do this with any blocks you want, obviously. So first things first is you're just going to stick down a block anywhere. Doesn't matter where, but it will change how your build is oriented. So you're going to put dust on top of the block and a torch down on the side of the block, just like that. Pointing out of the torch, you're going to put a repeater. So it'll be a powered repeater. This is the only spot you're going to have to dig down. You're going to dig down 1 block, put down a regular piston. This is the only thing I missed. I need sand or gravel, either one will work. Put sand down on top. Put dust down beside the sand block with a repeater, with a 2-tick delay, or a 3-tick delay with 2 clicks on the repeater, pointing black into the original block. There you go. Pointing back into the original block. And then that completes our monostable circuit. Nice and easy. Coming out from the torch, we are going to place, you could do this with any number. I usually like to go away from this. Just a personal thing, I don't like the cluttered look of redstone. But, actually no, for this one you have to go further away because the redstone blocks need to be offset. So what that means is one of these is going to be elevated, the other one is not going to be elevated. How do I normally do this? Oh, that's what I do. Okay. So this is the reason I do this, is because you need to put a block up and then 1 block down, and then once you have your 2 blocks here, you just put a repeater pointing out of both of them. At which point, you are going to put a block down up in front of them, just like so. And you can delete that bottom block if you so choose. On top of both blocks, you're going to put a torch, which is going to power them off because the repeater is sending a redstone signal into the torch, into the block, which would activate a redstone signal on all sides of the block, as I'll show you here in just a second. So there you go, that's all 4 sides power to the block, just because the redstone signal is going through the block. And that does include upwards, which is turning off the torches. So on top of our torches here guys, we're just going to place any block, just like so. And now we're ready to turn off our monostable. So just toss down a lever on the side of your block here and turn your torches on. They have to be on to do this, otherwise your timing will never be right. And then just go ahead and grab your sticky pistons. So what you're going to do here is you're actually going to go up right here. This is going to be your first block, just like this. And your second block is actually going to, or your first sticky piston is actually going to go down below it. And then your second one is going to go like that. And then here you have it, nice and simple. You're just going to get rid of your lever now and grab yourself whatever staircase you want to use. I'll use quartz, just to stick with the theme. There you go, and obviously it is a fully functional staircase. And if you want to make this a little prettier, you can do a 3 wide, 2 wide, whatever else, mix up your colors, it's up to you. But then as I said guys, just make sure you have a 3 high staircase. And there we go. So, just for the sake of posterity here, I will, oops, I'll do this just to make it look a little bit nicer, and so you guys can imagine where your floor block will be. Totally not necessary, if you ask me, but personal opinions and all. So, oh, I knew I was off. Alright, so we've got this nice magical staircase. Obviously you could bury all of this and then do this at ground level if you really wanted to. So right now everything is set up except for our buttons and our room behind the pistons. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. So guys, obviously you are limited to where you build your room based on where the redstone is. If you're doing this below ground, you have absolutely no limitations because nothing's ever going to conflict or be visible. So I'll just make a nice small space here, just so you can get the idea. And for my OCD friends out there, we'll make this an actually even space. Okay, so what you want to see is you want to see how to hook this up to a button from here. This is actually going to drive people nuts if they see it. So we can do that. Make sure if you're going to make any adjustments to this, guys, that you do in fact make them before you turn the power off, because once the power is off, if you make any more adjustments, it will activate the repeaters and send a signal into your bottom piston here. So this double piston extension will be off time. So just don't do that. Do all your adjustments before you turn it off, and then go ahead and turn it off, and as you can see, it drops down to be a flat staircase. Now we're just going to get rid of our lever here, and we're just going to drag this out however many blocks you feel inclined to, at least 2 though. And then from here, just drag it down 1. You technically could do it right here, but for the sake of convenience, I'm actually going to go out this way, so I'm closer to my build for putting in the buttons. That way it's not a big tangled mess. And I will do this up elevated 1. So what you're going to need to do, guys, is just put a sticky piston level with your redstone block here, or redstone dust here. And then go 2 blocks out from that, so 1, 2, and then there you go, or 3 blocks out I suppose, and put another sticky piston facing the first one. Inside of one of the sticky pistons you're going to place a redstone block with 2 blocks on top, theoretically connecting the 2 pistons. What you're going to do then is put a torch on both sides of the blocks with redstone dust connecting them. And for anyone who hasn't watched my videos or doesn't really know that much about redstone, this is called a T flip-flop. What this will do is if you press a button, it will alternate back and forth, activating whatever this redstone line is connected to. In this case, it's powering off the torch, which powers off our repeaters, and in turn turning on our torches. So now our staircase is closed. Now if we press it again, no power source reaches the torch is then powered, which then powers the repeaters, powering off the torches, and we are open. Perfect. So now we're just going to delete this button that we put there for an example, and we are going to go out to, or up, doesn't really matter. Since I'm going upwards here, I'm going to go up 1. And this is where it doesn't really matter how you do it. You could split off the same line, just make sure you're 1 block away from this repeater here. So I'll go up 1 more block actually. Whoops, that's silly of me. There we go. So I'll go up 1 more block just to make sure we completely avoid that torch, and then I will loop back over to here. So this is going to be our close button from the other side. How you do your button, there's a ton of different ways to do buttons, guys. I haven't done a button tutorial video at all yet, but I can do one if need be. If you want a button tutorial for all the different functions and ways you can use a button, just let me know in the comment section and I will do that for you guys. So for anyone who's extremely new to redstone lines without repeaters or comparators to extend the signal can only do a maximum of 16 redstone blocks, or redstone dust. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because the button output actually does count as a redstone dust signal. So this is capable of reaching the T flip-flop because it's within our 16 block range. So let's just press that, and voila, our staircase closes behind us. Now obviously we want a button on both sides, which is why I split the line. So we're just going to drag this out, just like so. And again, you guys can put your buttons absolutely anywhere. I don't know, maybe you want a floor button, we can do that for you. It just changes how your actual redstone line moves, which is completely fine. So for a floor button, I actually need to go down 1 more. I also can't do it right there because there's a torch right there, and you do not want a redstone line right next to a torch. Okay, so, and what you would do is just put your redstone block underneath of the floor block that you want to put your button on, just to show you guys that it actually does get powered. There you go, you've got powered redstone line. Now here's the only thing. This block counts as a block, this block counts as a block. So there's 2 spaces in between here, so that is in fact 2 redstone, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So somewhere along this line, we're going to need a repeater. Can't put it here, otherwise it won't reach this signal. This signal won't do anything to this repeater and is not actually hooked up. So if we put it here, then our redstone line connects there, connects here, and is ready to be repeated onto the next part. So just to show you it's fully functional, there you go, you've got an open door, you've got a closed door, and it's that simple, guys. It's just a nice, easy, compact staircase, and that ends the first part of our video. Hit you up in the next one. Your boy Godfrey, out.